Hi guys, welcome back to my channel.
In this video, we will see the empty set, finite and infinite sets and equal set. So we will see these three topics. In my previous video, we have seen introduction to sets and their representations. So if you haven't watched that, there is a link in the description box below. You can check that out. So now let's see what is empty set. So it's also called as null set or a void set. So it's a set which does not contain any element. That means there is no element in a set which is empty. So therefore it's an empty set. It is denoted by a symbol phi. This is phi, P-H-I, or simply a curly braces like this with no element inside. So you can denote it by phi or like this. Let me give an example. Let's take a set A where x is an element such that x is a student who is studying both class 10 and 11. Class 10 and 11. So if you see this example, here x is a student who is studying both class 10 and 11. This is not possible. A student cannot simultaneously study both class 10 and 9, right? So therefore the set A is an empty set. We don't have any student who is studying both class 10 and class 11, right? So therefore the set A is empty set. Or you can also write this as A is equal to pi, which means it's an empty set. So you will not write this pi inside the curly braces. So this will be wrong. Only pi. So here this is in set builder form and these two, let me erase this. So these are in tabular form. Now let me give another example. Let's take a set V where x is the element of set V. X lies in between 1 and 2. That is x is greater than 1 but less than 2 and x is a natural number. If you see this set is also an empty set. Here x should take a value greater than 1 but less than 2, which means it is in points, right? And here it is saying x is a natural number. We know points are not in natural numbers. Therefore, we don't have any element which satisfies these two conditions. So that means there is no element, right? Which is nothing but it's an empty set. So if you write in tabular form, you will write above set is an empty set, right? Or you can also write pi. Let me give one more example. Let's take a set B where x is the element of set B such that x is an even prime number greater than 2. So here do you have any even prime number which is greater than 2? We know prime numbers are 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13 and so on. So here we want even prime number greater than 2. So 2 is not included. We want a greater than 2. So we don't have any even prime number greater than 2. So that means there is no element. Therefore set B is a empty set. I hope this is clear. Now let's see what are finite and infinite sets. But before that, pause the video and note this down. So we have finite and infinite sets. So first let's see what are finite sets. Sets containing countable number of elements are called as finite sets, where you can count the elements. Say for example, we have a set A where A is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the number of elements in set A is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can count these elements, right? So how do you write that? Number of elements in set A is 5. This is how you write number of elements in set A is 5. So here you can count the elements. So therefore it's a finite set. Let me give another example. B is equal to, we have A, B, C, F, Z. So here the number of elements in set B is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5. So here the number of elements are countable. So therefore they are called as finite sets. Let me give another example. Let's take a set C. Men living presently in India. Here this set says men living presently in India. We know it's a big number, but still it is countable. It's a natural number, right? So therefore it's a finite set. Here also if you count, you will get a number. So therefore finite set is nothing but set containing countable number of elements. I hope this is clear. Now let's move on to infinite sets. Set containing uncountable number of elements are called as infinite set. So here we cannot count the number of elements in the set. It's uncountable. So such sets are called as infinite sets. Let me give an example. Set of natural numbers. So here we know it's an infinite number. We cannot count how many natural numbers are there, right? So if you write in tabular form, how do you write? 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. Which means it's a infinite set. We don't know how many numbers are there. It's infinite, uncountable. So therefore this set is a infinite set. Let me give another example. Let's take a set of integers. So we know integers -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. Here also we don't know exactly how many numbers are there, right? So therefore it's infinite. We cannot count the number of elements in this set. So therefore it's an infinite set. Wherever you see 3 dots at the end, that means it's infinite. I hope this is clear. Now let's move on to the equal sets. But before that, pause the video and note this down. Now let's see what are equal sets. When two sets have exactly same elements, such sets are called as equal sets. Say for example, we have a set A whose elements are 1, 2, 3, 4 and we have a set B whose elements are 1, 4, 3 and 2. Now if you observe these two sets, here in both the sets we have elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So they have exactly same elements. Order doesn't matter, only same element should be there in both the sets. So such sets are called as equal sets. So therefore we can say set A is equal to set B. Now let me give another example. Let's take the set P, set of prime numbers less than 6. Less than 6. And we have another set, let's take Q, set of prime factors of 30. So in this case we know set of prime numbers less than 60, we know the prime numbers. So we have 2, 3, 5, right? And in this case we have set of prime factors of 30. We know how to find prime factors. So start with 2, 2 1s are 2, 2 5s are 10. So here 3, 3 5s are 15. So 5 1s are 5. So here also we have elements are 2, 3, 5. So therefore we can say these two sets are equal. So therefore set P is equal to set Q. Let me give one more example. Let's say we have a set, let's take set A where the elements are 1, 2, 3 and let's take set B whose elements are 2, 2, 1, 3, 3. So here if you see in set A we have elements 1, 2, 3 and in set B also we have 1, 2, 3. So all the elements of set A is present in B and vice versa. So therefore we can say these two sets are equal sets. So that is why we generally don't repeat the elements while describing a set. So how do you write this set without repeating? So this will be B is equal to 2, 1, 3, right? So therefore we have 1, 2, 3. So therefore we can say A is equal to set B. Set A is equal to set B. Now let's see the example of 3 sets. Let me erase this part. Let's say we have set A where the elements are A, B, C, F, G and we have B where the elements are C, B, A, G and F and we have set C where the elements are B, C, G, F and C. Sorry, F and A. So now here if you see, we have A, B, C, F, G. In set B also we have A, B, C, F, G, and in set C also we have A, B, C, F, G. So therefore we can say set A is equal to set B, which is equal to set C. So I hope this is clear. Now let's move on to problems. So now let's say this problem here. It says, which of the following are examples of null set, finite and infinite sets? So here we have the natural numbers from 1 to 100. So here the elements are countable, right? So therefore this is a finite set. Next we have the set of lines which are parallel to x-axis. So we can draw an infinite number of parallel lines to x-axis. So therefore it's a infinite set. We cannot count the number of lines that are parallel to x-axis, right? So here it says the set of numbers which are multiple of 5. Here also we have infinite numbers that are multiple of 5. We cannot count them. So therefore it's a infinite set. Set of odd natural numbers divisible by 2. So here they are saying it's an odd natural number have to be divisible by 2. We know odd numbers will not divisible by 2. So we don't have element that are odd natural numbers which is divisible by 2. So therefore we can say it's a null set. Or you can also write like this. So last one we have x, where x is natural number, x is less than 5 and x is greater than 7. So x can take the value up till 4, and here they are saying x has to be greater than 7. So this x cannot satisfy both the condition at the same time. So we don't have an element that satisfies these two conditions, right? So therefore it's a null set. I hope this is clear. Now let's see some examples for equal sets. But before that, pause the video and note this down. So now let's see this. Here it says, in the following, state whether set A is equal to set B or not. So first one we have set A, where elements of set A are A, B, C, D, and in set B we have A, B, C, D. So clearly here set A is equal to set B, right? So we can say set A is equal to set B. So next we have set A is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and in set B we have x, where x is a positive even integer and x is less than or equal to 10. So it's a positive even integer. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, and here x is less than or equal to 10. So 8 and 10, right? So therefore the sets of elements of set B are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Here also we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So therefore we can say set A is equal to set B. Now let's see the last one. Here set A is x, where x is a multiple of 10. We know a multiple of 10 are 10, 20, 30, 40 and so on. And in set B we have 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Here the elements are not same. So therefore we can say set A is not equal to set B. I hope this is clear. So this is it in this video. If you have any doubt or queries, do let me know in the comment section below. See you soon. Till then, take care. Almighty bless.